Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, it seems like just yesterday when I last looked at players from the bottom three Premier League sides that I thought would have made good additions to the Manchester United squad. What does feel slightly different though this year is the quality in player. You know, this just because they're relegated doesn't mean that we're settling. I feel like the wealth of talent in the bottom three is a lot higher than last year. But don't let me be the judge. I want you guys to let me know you things. Like these teams may not have been good enough to stay in the Premier League, but that doesn't mean all their players aren't. Poaching a player from a relegated side could be a masterstroke for any team that gets lucky enough to do it. One pick from each club though does make things interesting. That's what we're doing differently this year. Remember last year I did two from each club. Now it's one from each. And it's not just me. Ian and Dylan are going to be joining in tonight. So here we are again, picking players from Wolves, picking players from Burnley, and picking players from West Ham that we would bring to Manchester United. So we're going to dive in, you guys. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. What is going on, gentlemen? Welcome back. Ian, Dylan, how are you guys doing?
Good, boss. Good. You?
I'm doing well. Dylan, how are we doing? Are you done with school, Dylan? Are the kids out of your hair yet?
No, 2.5 more weeks. 2.5 more weeks. We're
Two and
off
a
on
half
a mini
more
break
weeks.
right now.
A mini break? They're going to get summer. What do they need a mini break for?
Religious holidays. So,
Oh, um,
It's Dylan who needs a break, not the kids.
yeah,
yeah.
that's nuts. Well, I'm sure you're counting down the minutes just like they are. I'm sure everybody's ready to just kind of
Oh, yeah.
call it a year and go on with their summer.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yikes. Well, in any case, I'm glad you guys could take some time away tonight to come in and do this. You guys know the drill by now if you're new to the channel. Summer is usually, it can be boring, but we try to make it fun. Obviously, no matches, so there's no previews, there's no match reactions. Heavy on the transfer news, but also fun stuff like tonight. Relegation players to sign for Manchester United. So that's what we're going to do today. We've got this in the chamber. We will be doing a player ratings for the 25-26 season for the United squad soon. We will be doing our 225 million pound summer spending spree video soon as well. So make sure you got that. And then also Friday, so 2 days from now, I will also be doing a World Cup 2026 scouting report special. Almost 20 players going to this year's World Cup that I think everybody's going to be talking about by the end of the tournament. So keep a lookout for that one, you guys.
Nice.
Some of them you guys are familiar with. Some of them may not be. So that's what we're going to do today. But today's the fun stuff. We are going to start with some news first, and then we are going to dive into it. But get involved in the chat. Let me know when we do this, how do you want to start? Do you want to start with West Ham, go Burnley, and then go Wolves, or do you want to start at the bottom and go work your way up? Let me know, and we will go there. We'll let you guys pick it. But first, let me get involved in the chat, see who's in there. Danny B's in the house. He knows, if there's a video here, Danny B's in the house. Big up, Danny, yes. And yeah, Crystal Palace, I think, just won the Europa Conference League, I believe. Last time I looked, it was 1-0. Can I get confirmation on that? Is that, yeah?
Let's get a check.
Hold on 1 second. Yep, they just won.
All right, they won. All right, good deal.
Well done, boys.
Danny says, do we include Ederson in that spend? Not yet. It's not confirmed yet, so we won't be doing that. Basically, that 225 million pound rebuild is how each of us would approach the summer window if we were United director of football, basically. This is how we would have done it. Almost just pretend you're playing FC 26 for a second. That's how we're rolling. But yes, but be sure to come back for that one, you guys. Because we also might need your help. There might be challenges on prices and whatnot that I want you guys to call
Definitely. They are going to call us out from the start. You guys got to get your teams in as well, so I compete with us.
We're at a difficult time. Like I've been saying, like there's a sweet spot when you're doing that kind of video to where there's too little time where you don't really get enough time to do proper research, but then there's also too much time where maybe you start second guessing and you keep changing your mind a couple times. We're at that place. Dylan, how's yours
I've
looking?
had to lament. Honestly,
It's pretty wide open right now. I was looking at the one we did earlier, the 200-pound. I'm like, how much do I carry over? Do I carry over anything? So
that was from February, so it's like a whole different thing now.
yeah. So I do have some different thoughts to go into that. So I'll get you that soon, sometime over the weekend. So you have
Nah, you're good, man. That'll be next Wednesday, so you got time. I just want to make it look pretty for you. So the sooner I get it, the more I can make it look nice for you. So, but you're all good, man. I know you're busy. If we have to, we can always kick it a day or two. It's not a big deal. So, but I'm more concerned about you. You got your school, and then you've got your masters and stuff that you're working on too. So, you just do that, and that takes priority. But
obviously, also is AI generated projects in the chat.
Yeah,
we all know who did that. We all know.
Don't know if you guys saw this Stretford Paddock video that came out this week on Ederson. It was all about Ederson, and for a second there, I had to look and make sure it was really Stretford Paddock, and Dylan hadn't just created an AI account.
If you look closely, sometimes the screen moves a little weird, and you'll notice
you can see Dylan's
lining up when I'm trying to do it.
There's like an extra hand or something someplace that AI just couldn't get. AI doesn't get everything perfect, right? So,
he's got six fingers. Yeah.
Yep. Rob Tapp in the house. Big up, Rob. Good to see you again, my friend.
Big up the Rob.
Let's start with some news, and then we will dive into this relegation stream, you guys. Please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and then let us know while we're doing the news, when we start with the relegation, would you rather start at the bottom and go up to West Ham? Would you rather start at West Ham and go down to Wolves? Let us know as we go along. I'll let you guys decide. And then I have a poll in the chat for you guys that we'll get to in a second. But let's start with some news. So Bruno has been named the Premier League Player of the Week for the final match week of the year. So well done, Bruno, for that one. Anytime we get to use the golf clap meme, I'm a big fan of it. But I also saw this little graphic pop up this week as well on all the Premier League Players of the Week. And I've circled all United's players when they've won it.
It looks like a clean sweep.
If you guys don't want to count, United have claimed Player of the Week 14 times this season. 14 times, which
is a third of the season.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I think the next highest was
35%.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think City and Arsenal were up there with like 5 and 4, and then even Spurs had 3. Liverpool had a couple. Even Sunderland got 1 or 2 in there as well. Like, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Did anybody, and say this in like with your chest here, and hold your hands up, like based on where we finished last season, based on maybe how we were starting, did anybody think, let alone obviously finishing third, going on this run, did anybody think that something like this would happen this season?
No.
No.
Not even close.
No. I had no hope. I'd hope. Yeah, exactly. With Dylan, it's been nice. I had no hope. I had belief that I wanted it, but hope, no. And I'm so happy. This season's been remarkable, I think.
That's nuts, man.
I'm just trying to focus. If you look at the top row, is that from the first one? So in Mbumo, no, the first row. So Harry Maguire, is that Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
Who's the top one? I can't
Liverpool.
see. Yeah, I was going to say. So in the first, 2-3 months, we've won it, 5 times? And we weren't even playing well then. That top 2 rows, we weren't even playing well. Carrick doesn't come into the middle. I love that.
Bruno's got it 5 times. Casemiro's got it twice. Dorgu's got it twice. Maguire, Mbumo, Shesko. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah. I can't believe how many times we've won it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's been a crazy season. And Cobby's been on there once as well. Is there anybody that you... Go ahead, Dylan.
It's called team pedigree we've got there. That's class. Just in
Do you know who's missing? Who's missing? Senna.
Oh,
no
yeah,
lemons.
He probably could have
Not
been
once.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
Cunha maybe again for his goal against Arsenal could have been in there,
Yep.
but I think that's Dorgu in there too.
Dorgu won that week, yeah.
And look at that, we've got 4 in a row down here, starting with match week 21 all the way up through that month there. I think that was probably Carrick's first
that's got to be his first five games. Yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely nuts, man. Is anybody? Aside from Lamans, anybody you surprised maybe didn't get in there? Maybe Cunha for me.
Yeah, Cunha. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
No, Kavi got in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
I see Cass twice. Yeah, Cunha definitely.
I mean, Sean, I know how upset you are that Dallo isn't on there, but
I mean, just living. We ride.
Could we have a shout for Aiden Heaven? Maybe those 3 games in a row that he was so good.
Yeah, he's got a long career ahead of him. He's got plenty of time to win. I'm sure he will win a couple more if he keeps playing the way he's playing. Dorgu, the player that people weren't too thrilled about last season, people weren't convinced about, and I said, just give him time. Dorgu's in there twice. He's having an absolute.
Alan Dorgu.
An excellent close to the season this weekend with a goal and an assist. Could have had another one too. So yeah, United just. I'm not gonna say 21's coming, but let's face it, 21's coming. But yeah, well done to United this season. Well done.
Wow, they've even got 3 Spurs players in there. I noticed that.
Spurs started the season pretty well, and then they just completely fell off a cliff.
They were third
here
for a minute.
Yeah, but that's what I tell you. Don't go too soon on the season. All right, let's talk about some.
They could lose a race in a 1-horse race.
Yeah, tell me about it. They stayed up. They got lucky. But yes, well done, United. Well done, Bruno, specifically with all these. He's just adding to his trophy list. Let's talk about some transfer news, specifically midfielders. And then I want to talk about some potential outgoings as well, because some interesting stuff has been coming out today. So let's talk about Ederson, Dylan's Bessie, because it looks like this is just a matter of days. This is a matter of when, not if, because we got this little nugget from Sully Talks that we've recently had a delegation going on in Italy. Expectation that the deal is going to be agreed, right? I've also seen reports of a £35 million initial fee with like $3 million add-ons from Ducker and the Telegraph. Nico Shara jumped in with this as well, basically saying the same thing. 45 million is about 38 or whatever. I'm seeing a lot of different prices. I'm seeing, we've got around 38 million here. We've got 35 million. I've seen it go as low. I think Ian was saying like 26, 27 million. Who knows anymore what this is? But what do you guys make of Ederson, aside, Dylan, from your AI-generated YouTube video? Good price? Are you happy with the player? Where do you think he's first choice? Where does he play?
No, I think he's a good squad rotation player. I think he's going to come in. I think he'll be, because we're going to have cup matches, we're going to have Champions League. He'll come in, he'll do a job there. He'll definitely give competition. He'll be in definitely for some Premier League matches, but in comparison to somebody that we want to come in and compete with, Casemiro, I know I've seen stuff that says he's the replacement for Casemiro. It's more of a, to me, he's more of a squad option. If you want to get somebody to replace Casemiro, you want to get Elliot Anderson. You want to get somebody like, somebody says Tonali. I'd say watching Adam Wharton today, he looked really good. Somebody like, even like for the future, Mateus Fernandez to come in. They'd be a little bit better in that position. But with what you have with Ederson is you have Champions League experience. You have somebody that makes those progressive passes. A little bit like this is, and don't like jump on me for this one. A little bit like Fred, he's going to run around the pitch and he's going to give you everything he's got. Okay?
100%.
But so he doesn't necessarily have the same level of can't necessarily pick the same level of pass, but he can win some duels. He can get in there. I would say, just looking at some stats, he's going to be a little bit better than Tonali in terms of some of his defensive actions. But again, to me, he is not the Casemiro replacement. He is the depth option that we need.
Yeah.
Somebody to come in and say, okay, you're going to slot in for these matches, and Carrick's got to be up front with that, saying, we want you here. This is what this is where we're going to want you. Okay, you're going to get time. It's just not going to be every match. So that's how I view it.
And against some opponents, I think what Ederson brings versus maybe like someone like Wharton brings would be completely different and necessary, right? Sometimes you need an Ederson, sometimes you need a Wharton.
It's all about options.
And that's the thing.
It's
I
definitely.
don't like. That's the thing I don't like with with more modern players, and I don't know if it's just the communication, but you hear it all the time from like the players back in the 90s that were playing for Sir Alex. He'd tell them beforehand, he's like, you're not going to play this week, but you're going to play next week.
Yeah.
Like, sit him down and say, there's a reason you're not playing this week. Nothing wrong with that. Just understand that you're part of the team. You had 4 strikers at one point. Ollie didn't play every week. Teddy Sheringham didn't play every week. But you know what? They came in and they did the job. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. We need depth. We need to get to a place like what City have been, like what Arsenal, Liverpool, where you've got 2 midfielders, but you've got 2 first-team midfielders on the bench as well. I think we need that depth, because we've seen what happens when Casemiro's injured, when Kobe's not playing. Like when we have to sub off Casemiro at the 60, 65th minute, and we have to bring on like Mount, Ugarte. One's not a 6, and the other just doesn't offer enough. He just doesn't have it. And then we can't have that anymore. We can't have this noticeable drop off when we just got to make personnel changes on the fly or on it. Because we're going to have to do one of these. We're going to have maybe Europe, and maybe we're going to need to rotate. We can't, like, can you imagine going into next season having like Ederson, but then only having like Ugarte as the backup? It's just
don't
not
scare
work.
me.
You just be a little.
That's the good thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I feel sick.
With the rotation, with the rotation, we can rest some of the other guys too. Like Bruno doesn't have to play every match. We could slot Cunha into that spot for some matches. We can move Dorgu up. We can put Ederson back, whoever. Like and especially if we want to keep Bruno going. Like nothing against Bruno. He's United legend for me at this point. Done everything he possibly can. But we want to try to give him the best chance to be who he can be. We don't want to, as he starts to get older, if injuries start creeping up in there, we don't want that to be a thing for him. Because that'll throw off the whole rest of the team. So if we can give him a game off here or there, that's perfect. If we're playing a cold night in Stoke here, we can give him the night off.
Yeah, it's true. Or if we qualify if we win the league phase, or we lock it up with maybe 1 or 2 matches to go, you can let Bruno just rest, like you're saying it. There will be a certain point with Bruno that it will be about managing minutes if you want to get the best out of him. He doesn't need to go play every Carabao Cup game or every FA Cup early round. He doesn't need to.
Yep.
And that's not me dismissing. You guys know I love the FA Cup, but maybe we also have to rely on the depth as well, and that's something that Ineos are going to need to figure out.
Well, I think you nailed that just now, Sean. Same, adding on to Dylan's point, the depth is what we need more than anything else. And I hope and believe that Ederson is the first signing, but I don't believe he's the so-called marquee.
No,
he's not the start every week, Kobe's main partner, best 11. But what he is absolutely buckets of energy. He is literally never injured. I think he's missed, someone said 10 hours of football in 5 seasons. That's ridiculous. Most people miss out longer than that with cramp. So that's a good thing.
What's the old saying? Availability is the best ability.
Best ability, absolutely, Sean. And not on top of that, you're also getting somebody who has seemingly relentless energy. Now, I've heard Dylan mentioned it a bit there, and I've heard him called Fred 2.0. Well, I didn't actually think Fred was the worst player. He just didn't really work in the team. Fred was a facilitator. If he facilitates space for Kobe, time for Kobe, and he's Kobe's muscle, then come in and do your job, mate. But I'm happier with the price at around nearer to 30. I think Danny mentioned it just now, sort of somewhere around 30 with 4 million in add-ons. I'll be comfortable with that because we're probably playing about 15 up front. So I can cope with that.
I do see some similarities to Fred. I feel like and I've said this at times about, I forget who I was talking about earlier in the season, but I could see similarities. He reminds me like Fred who's a Fred made of silk almost, like just a little better from a composure
bit more class,
but very similar kind of profile. He does get about the pitch. He does kind of get involved in everything. He's got a good recovery. So again, like you guys, and like we've said many times since these rumors started, I mean, we've been linked to this guy for years. It feels like it's just, like for a while there, it was feeling like Wesley Sneijder, Nico Gaitan, Ronaldinho all over again. You remember? Oh yeah, that was nuts. Nico Gaitan, I don't get that one.
No, I've never got that one. I couldn't understand that. Wesley Sneijder at the time, I was like, hell yeah. Ronaldinho will always be the biggest crime this football club ever committed.
Yeah,
Ever,
I did do one of my first What If episodes on that, guys. Go check out my, my What If playlist if you guys want to explore a little fantasy land.
I remember when it happened, my kids were quite little still, and I sat them down for about 3 hours and gave them a lecture on why Peter Kenyon was the devil. I'm not joking either.
It's nuts, man. But we'll see what happens with the other signings. You know, Dylan, you mentioned like someone like Anderson. I mean, there's an old saying, it ain't over till it's over, and Elliot Anderson to Man City ain't over yet. Let's just, like, Forest want mega money. Even Man City reportedly don't want to pay over the odds for him like United. I personally do think a deal from like 85 to 90 with a bunch of add-ons, even if you had to push it to 95 plus, I do think that's doable. I don't think you're going to have to go to like world record 120 million for Elliott. Because I'll be honest, Anderson is very good. I don't know, for me, if he's quite where Declan Rice was yet when he went to Arsenal. But I'm happy to hear differing opinions on that one.
One thing I've got to say on the City thing is a lot of the rumours been today that obviously, as we all fairly aware, it's getting closer to a time where we're going to hear something from the Premier League. Now, obviously, even if the Premier League smack down the charges tomorrow, City are going to appeal. We all know that. But we need to know what level they're going to be at. Some people are saying, yeah, they can. They can still appeal it. Whether they'll win or not, they can appeal. Right? But the punishment is put in place.
This is not an arbitrator, right, that's doing this? Because if it's an arbitrator, then you don't get to appeal.
Yeah, no, this is the Premier League's ruling decision. This is what we're being told. So the bottom line is if what they think is more than likely is they're going to get around 40 points, a transfer ban, and a fine. Because they're going to get 60 points originally, which they're going to argue down to 40. 40 means they'll start next season minus 40, but then a lot of people are arguing how hard would it be for City to get 67 points, giving them 27 points, and then are Coventry, Hull and Ipswich guaranteed to get more? Not really. That's a little bit unfair. So some people are speculating, because the Fabrizio one today was they're very close to Anderson and Enzo Fernandez. I think City are about to blow stupid money because they're going to get a ban. And they don't care.
Well, we've been saying that for the last year and a half, though. They bought 4 players last January. They spent big this summer. They bought 2 more players this January. And I've been saying it, too. It feels like they're stockpiling, but I don't feel like that should be allowed. I know a lot of people are talking about this Arsenal account that claimed earlier today that the charges were imminent. Dylan, do you think we could see a verdict anytime soon, anytime in our lifetime?
At some point in our lifetime, I don't think it'll be this summer. I think they'll probably do it sometime during the season, if they do it at all. Because every time we get like hope, something gets in the way. That's like, oh, they're going to have an extra 3 weeks to look at this.
Yeah,
I've stopped caring. That has nothing to do with us at this point.
I just can't get it. I can't get it with that football club. I just don't understand them. Just stop trying to, because you make yourself look more guilty, don't you? By keep trying to put the verdict off, you look guilty. Because if you weren't, you'd want the whole world to know.
Well, supposedly they've got evidence that they say will prove their innocence, and
show us then.
Yeah, that's we're not going to know it. We're not privy to that. This is all behind closed doors. But
do you know who I want?
City will argue that this is a witch hunt, and that's why they got the lawyers in here. But what were you saying, Ian?
I watch occasionally C-SPAN. Is it called C-SPAN? You guys, it's one of your networks, and it's got the Senate committees on there. And there's a guy on that Senate committee called Senator Hurley, and he is done. He just doesn't let anybody talk any rubbish. He'll call them out. He'll call you an idiot to your face. He'll go, no, you're here to listen to me. Listen up. He did Mark Zuckerberg, all of these big CEOs. He just makes them look this big. I wish we had someone like that. Just sit down and make Pep look this big. Yeah, look him up, Senator Josh Hurley or something he is. But yeah, he's brilliant. Brilliant.
I don't know what Pep is. If Pep is trying to somehow escape being kind of connected? I mean, does he really escape it for you just because he's leaving a year before his contract or
No.
before like he's still going to be like connected to this, right? Like
he's an ambassador, isn't he?
And whether he knew
they're making him an ambassador.
I have no idea, but like, whether he knew anything was going on or not, it doesn't matter because it still impacts his time there, right?
Exactly.
Like, am I wrong?
Without the money, they wouldn't have been able to do it. No, you're 100% right. Without the money, they couldn't have bought the players. They couldn't have funded the wages. They couldn't have funded the stadium or all this big rebuild. Yeah. Cheat. I mean, they even cheated on the open-top bus parade.
I mean, they probably stole the bus.
Hey, cheat and open. No, they shipped in fans. And someone counted them. There was 27 people at the parade and 3 people were looking the other way.
Nice. Hasib says here, welcome to channel. Hasib says, am I wrong to say Ederson helps the floor but doesn't move the needle enough? I think you're spot on, but I don't think that that's necessarily a horrible thing, right? Because I think that's one of the things we've needed to do is when you improve squad depth, what you're doing is you're raising the floor of the squad, in my opinion. Again, like we were saying, to where if there's an injury, if there's a rotation, or if there's a substitution, you don't notice that difference as much because that floor of that squad is much better. The sample size of your squad now is much better. So no, I don't think like Ian and Dylan were saying, he's not going to be a marquee signing in my opinion. But I do feel like he does improve he's better than Ugarte. He's better than Mount in that
100%.
Right?
100%. I mean, he makes a good point there, but I think what you've got to look at, and Sean's just said that, is our squad depth is terrible. And when we take Casemiro out and put Ugarte in, we're 40 to 50% worse. You take Casemiro out and put Ederson in, we're only 20% worse. And I would take someone who gave me 7 out of 10 every week than 2 10s and a 4.
Yeah, I just think Ugarte. I mean, God love him, he tries. He just doesn't offer enough, in my opinion.
Nah.
But Dylan, you looks like you might finally get your guy, Dylan. I hope you're happy. Oh, that's funny.
I hope he's paying you that commission, Dylan. I hope he's paying.
Yeah, I mean, get a finder's fee. Maybe get that finder's fee, bro.
If you start seeing some weird stuff in the background, don't worry about where that came from.
Yeah, Dylan's got
that TV's already on the way.
Green screens, and all sorts of stuff he's got. We know.
And it's gonna have in the background Dylan's podcast back there.
Welcome to Dylan.
Boom, Mike. Welcome to Dylan's.
Welcome to Dylan. Oh boy. Sticking with midfielders, but moving on a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about.
Sorry, guys, you could put me light on.
Yep. Mateus Fernandes. So loads and loads and loads of. Oh, that's much better, Ian. Well done. Loads of Mateus Fernandes talk this week. I've seen rumors of 60 million. I've seen rumors of 50 million. The Athletic claim that West Ham are basically resigned to losing him, but they want to kind of maybe get a bidding war going if they are going to lose him no matter what. So I've only seen United linked. I've only seen PSG linked. I haven't seen other people linked here. I've seen rumors that he's chosen United as his first choice destination, and we could move for him as early as next week. Where are you guys at with Mateus Fernandes? What have you guys seen? Because I'm not the only one out here. I mean, again, this is just the talk I've seen. Have you guys seen any news? Do you like Mateus Fernandes? Do you think he plays alongside Kobe? Do you think he rotates Kobe? Do you think he starts ahead of Ederson? Go.
I've seen only a little bit of news. Everything I've seen, you've just said I've seen the same. The only thing I heard was a little bit of tentative rumour with Chelsea today, because obviously if they are moving on Enzo, they want someone else. But I was again speaking to my brother. He's obviously a hammer, and he's convinced that he's already thought he only wants us.
Yeah.
And he said West Ham are the same as what we think. They're resigned to letting him go. They'd like a bidding war, but they'd also like it done quickly because they're still trying to pick a new manager. They're still trying to decide everything for Championship. They've got to get going. As we know, the Championship starts well before us as well. Oh, is it done now, is it? So
yeah, they just confirmed it. So.
Oh, brilliant.
Confirmed what now?
Nuno's staying.
Nuno's staying at
I
West
thought they
Ham.
sacked him.
That's what I thought. But
I
yeah,
saw a
no.
report today that said he was staying.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
either
confirm
either.
this.
Yeah. What's Rob said? Is it Rob got some? No, Robbie's sacked. Oh no, Danny.
No, he did
Alright.
not make. I don't think
Someone.
he's in the Portugal squad. I think that's one of the players that we were looking. Like Ederson's not in the squad versus Brazil. What is that
No,
noise?
the
That's
Yeah, no.
Athletics reporting he's going to remain head coach.
There you go.
interesting.
So, yeah, I think we just want to get this done. But
Oh yeah.
the reports were that when he was talking to Portuguese journalists about the World Cup, he was asked about his future, and when our name was mentioned, he said that it'd be the only team he'd consider playing for. He doesn't say our name, but his answer was the only team I'd consider. So, take what you will from that.
Yeah, Dylan, you like Mateus Fernandes? You a fan?
Yep. Yep. I take him. I think he slots in well with Kabi. I think he's one where you can rotate Ederson with either Kabi or him, and I think they'll do a job. But I think Kabi and him would be the starting ones behind Bruno. I think they'd slot in well together, unless we get somebody else. But I get the feeling we're going to go to Ederson and Fernandes, and then maybe one other one. But I don't know how much it's all going to depend on price, because we still have some other holes we got to fix.
Well, 225 million can go a long way if some of these rebuild squads are anything to go by. I've got quite a few, and I've not even hit my limit yet. And Ian hit right on the money with his limit, and he brought in like 1,017 players. So it's not hard. Is basically what we're trying to point out. It's not hard to make a little bit go a long way. So,
you just got to look around, and you've got to be sensible. You can't be, I want that one, because I can tell you now, I'm not sure about Dylan or Sean, but I'm pretty sure we would have all at least wrote Anderson down and then gone. Yep. When you get halfway down and your money's going like this, you go, what about? And then you realise you've got another 40 million in your bank, and you go, all of a sudden he doesn't look so good. He doesn't look so good.
It's hard. It's definitely hard. Like I said, it's easy to second guess and doubt. And change your mind. What do you guys like about Fernando? What do you think he brings to the starting 11? That
I've got a whole breakdown.
That we're losing, or maybe we'll save it for a second. Maybe we'll save that. You guys get in the chat here. Interesting. Danny says Anderson, fingers crossed. If not, Wharton, Fernandes, Ederson. That's a good little balance right there. I like that one. Let's see. What is that noise?
Danny can read my mind.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like Ederson a lot. I like Mateus Fernandes. I like Wharton. You guys know I like Wharton a lot. If you guys want to know how much I like Wharton, go check my Adam Wharton video. It should be in the description of this video.
Sean, any update from your inside sources about where he might be looking at possibly going?
I mean, the only... we lost Ian.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Oh, it's all right. The only update I have is that he's, and this was old news now, but that he's not coming to the World Cup. I asked before the squads were announced, and it was not. I was told not this season. There he is. He's back again. Welcome back, Ian.
Hey.
Technology is what it is. Danny likes Wharton, Scott. Yeah, I do worry about Alex Scott's injuries. He's got 2 very big knee injuries, and he's just, 21, 22. That's a bit of a concern. I like Alex Scott a lot. And again, maybe maybe it's PTSD with all the injury-prone players. I'm just, not in a hurry to sign players with a lot of injuries. So, but Wharton looks like he's kicked on. He had his surgery, and it looks like he's put a lot of that behind him, and so I'm not too worried about Wharton. And we lost Ian again. Honestly, Ian's internet is doing a madness today. We were just having issues before we even went live. So, there he is. Now he's back.
There he is.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
You're all right.
Sorry. I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. Sorry.
A lot of G's and a lot of H's, says Mateus Fernandes, Elliott, and Ederson. That's a good combination as well. Really good stuff. Yeah, Danny Wharton has had some issues. We will see. We'll see how he goes. He's back again. and he's out again. All right, we're just gonna do this, and if he comes back and he stays back for a little bit more, we'll do it. So we're gonna kick on without Ian. He's here in spirit for a second, and he's feel free to jump back in. Let's talk about some potential outgoings. Is he back for good now? We'll let him get sorted.
For good, but I can see him. He just popped up on.
It's all right. I don't know if the internet in the UK is doing, because Stu, if you guys watch Tactical Devils, Stu's internet was having crazy issues yesterday. Maybe it's a UK thing, and there he goes. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. All right. Let's talk about some outgoings here. All right. So Xerxes could be leaving. So aside from Casemiro, aside from Malacia, it's gone a bit quiet. But there has been a little update on Xerxes, as you can see from La Gazzetta dello Sport. Pretty decent little Italian outlet. Ian, I'm going to add you and see if you stay in, but don't worry if you can't, man. It's not a big deal. Technology happens. Trust me, it is what it is. Gazzetta dello Sport has had this to say on Joshua Xerxes, that Roma are actually planning for next season with Xerxes among the club's main attacking targets. So Roma, I'll set a little stage here. Roma have qualified for Champions League next season, along with Como, at the expense of both Milan and Juventus. Neither of those teams are in it. Allegri actually got sacked as well, so it's just all going crazy over in Serie A. But Xerxes, what do you guys make of these links? Do you think, I mean, I did a video recently on Xerxes replacements, so clearly that's where I'm at with Joshua Xerxes. I just don't think he scores enough. I don't think he does it. Where do you guys think about Xerxes? Do you think Roma could be a good destination for him?
I mean, yeah, for me, I'm not sold on him. Never have been. Just from the minute one tries. I'm sure he's a nice guy, and I'm sure the players like him, but he's nowhere near good enough. I don't even think he could play in Div 1. I'm sorry. If Roma want him, I think Italy's his standard. It's slow, it's lethargic. People like him can work in their 9.56 role, whatever it is. But yeah, goodbye.
He's an 8.7.
Shut up.
Get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course. How stupid.
I agree, Ian. I think he's a good glue guy. You hear all the players talk about how he's good to have in the locker room, but you got to contribute on the court too. On the court, I was just watching the playoffs with my dad. I apologize, everybody. On the pitch too. You got to contribute on the pitch too, and so for him just to get his career going, like he's gonna miss the World Cup because of this. Like he really hasn't done well, and we've seen him in the last couple of weeks. Carrick's given him some chances these last few weeks, and he really didn't do anything to make us take him seriously. In fact, he did say that there were times that it looked like he was costing us part of the game. So yeah, go kick on in Italy. I hope he does well. And as we all do, and wish him nothing but the best. So just go out, get your career kick-started, and go make the Euros in a couple of years. So
it's been a long time since we've had the kind of striker depth where you're like, oh, is Andy Cole injured? Cool, Dwight York's here. Oh, is somebody need a rest? Oh, cool, Ollie's here. Like you're saying, Dylan Sheringham, Rooney, Berbatov, Chicharito. Like we've had so many. Like we've had. When's the last time we had quality in depth when it came to the number 9 role? It's not been good enough.
Probably Ollie and Teddy. I mean, honestly, we haven't had it since then.
Yeah, I mean, Martial. Does Martial count with his injuries? I don't know.
No,
I actually really like
not for
Martial. It's just a shame that he was injured all the time. I don't like Dylan. You're saying like he's good to have. I mean, I think he's got a great personality. Clearly, the teams like him. He's like you're saying, he's good to have in the dressing room. But yeah, so is like a water cooler. So is a massage table. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like I don't care I care less about that sometimes than I do about what you do on the pitch. And it's just, I agree that you need those personalities, you need the experience, you need those kind of leaders. And I just don't see that in Xerxes. He's got to score goals. Sesko's injured. We're playing Mbumo as a 9. We're playing Cunha as a false 9. Like we're playing Bruno sometimes up there. Like it's not enough. And I think the writing is on the wall for real.
So he might be a good cheerleader, but he doesn't make the Dallas Cowboys, and he shouldn't play out front for us. So
he'll do. I think he'll do well back in Italy. Obviously, Where is Thiago Motta at these days? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh,
because that's
Well,
where
I'm thinking Florentina or something. Is it?
I don't know. He was at Bologna, then he went to Juventus, and I'm sure he's not at Juventus. But that's who really helped Xerxes kind of. He like that system, and I said the other day, Xerxes is a very system specific kind of attacker, where it's got to go kind of through. He'd be almost better as like the 10 in a diamond, where he's got some attackers around him a little bit. I think if you played him in a front two with Shesko, I think you might see a different type of Xerxes. I think you might really see him shine. I just don't think that's going to happen at United, so there's not really. It's kind of a moot point, as the cow's opinion is. For all my deep cut fans out there, go ahead.
No. Sorry. Cough.
Rob says, we'll see if Barada's 2-year rule is real. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of players who are kind of hitting that point here. And so I'd like to see, let's see. Mike says he scored a really good goal versus Palace. I mean, his debut for the club against Fulham 2 seasons ago was like...
Header.
Yeah, you couldn't like write it any better. You're like, cool, we got ourselves a player here. And then it just... He had a nice little redemption arc, and then it just didn't go. I think he had a game in the I think was it Arsenal in the FA Cup. He had a really good match. I can't remember now off the top of my head.
It's one of those, wasn't it?
He's got
Chelsea.
He's got Techers. Can't deny that. I've seen his favorite spice is nutmeg. That's just all he cooks with. But it's just not enough. I need you to score goals. I've never looked at Xerxes when we needed a goal and said, "Yep, you're my guy." So
yeah. I just never see him as a threat. He just doesn't look like the kind of player. If I was defending and you took Sesko off and brought that on, I'd be like, yeah, but can switch off now, because he just doesn't look threatening. He's not fast. He's not aggressive. He doesn't. For a big man, he doesn't even put himself about.
No, he doesn't win aerials. He doesn't really use his size very well. It seems like a small kid who got a growth spurt and then didn't realize that he's bigger now.
Yeah. Stuck in a big body.
Dylan, you watch a lot of basketball. Do you see a lot of big basketball players who don't really use their size very well? Yeah.
Yeah.
And doesn't it do your head in?
Underneath the basket as much, and you're just like, okay, I get it. You can pop out, but you're the tallest guy on the floor. Get underneath the basket and get the rebound.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Insane. Nah, my boys watch basketball a lot. They he's got. I think he's Cooper Flag. Is that his name? Mm-hmm. I thought he was winding me up, and he was like, "No, you got to see this kid play." And I said, well, if you're going to start talking Michael Jordan to me, and he went, "Don't be silly." So I went, "No, all right, then I'll watch it later." But apparently, he's quite good.
Yeah, basketball's not one I've ever really got into. I played it a lot in college with like roommates. We would play pickup 2v2, but that was about it. I just never watched it. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Speaking of outgoings, what do you make of all this Anthony Gordon to Barcelona stuff? I only ask because it sort of connects to Rashford, right? So we got this. Here we go from Romano. Anthony Gordon to Barcelona. Here we go. Official bid accepted now by Newcastle board and Saudi owners. I don't know why I hate to throw that in there. 70 million euros fixed fee plus add-ons to bring final package over 80 million euros for Newcastle. Gordon set to travel this week for medical contract signing. So why are we talking about Anthony Gordon? Because it connects to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's been on loan, and there was a 26 million option to buy, and I think that option is active for another couple weeks. But somehow Barcelona all year long have been crying poverty, trying to get another loan deal, trying to get the fee sorted. But now they want to turn around and drop 70 million euros on Anthony Gordon. I don't get this at all. No. What do you guys make? What penny for Marcus Rashford's thoughts right now too? By the way,
I don't know where
he must be wondering. Yeah, I'm screaming sports wash. That's all I'm screaming. As soon as I heard it, sports washing. Right? Dylan's about to say something very similar, so I'm just going to quickly say, it looks like they had no money, zero. All of a sudden, they've gone away and found a new sponsor, and Newcastle are shipping off one of their more expensive, less needed talents. I wonder who's sponsoring them. I wonder. Yeah, no, that's dodgy and every way dodgy. Completely.
Dylan, what were you saying there?
they're just like we said, this is a club that we don't have money, we don't have money. Oh, we can finagle things, and then now we can pay $70 million for Anthony Gordon. What?
Yeah.
And nothing against Anthony Gordon. I think he'll probably do well over there. But it's like, are you serious? You got a guy that Hansi Flick already likes in Rashford. Okay, Rashford wants to be there. You got a player that wants to be there. But you know what? Yeah, and that is less the cost. Yeah, he doesn't exactly fit everything, but he was working. I saw more effort in Rashford this season than I have in a while. It's like, come on.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, he's got
The only thing Fabrizio
for them, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think the only thing Fabrizio said though, on top of that, was he didn't think it affected Rashford deal because Hansi Flick sees Rashford as the striker replacement for Lewandowski.
And here's my point to add to that. And this is where I was going. So here's the interesting thing. So this week, there were reports. Obviously, Lewandowski's leaving. He's on a free MLS, Saudi, wherever you want. But on the back of that, we saw a lot of reports that Barcelona were prepared to spend $100 million on a striker, basically, on an attacker to replace. So what if instead of spending it on an attacker, they're spending it on their attack? What if they see Rashford, like you're hinting at, Ian, as being versatile enough to play in a 9, on the left wing, wherever, and instead of $100 million on one player, it's $100 million on Rashford and Anthony Gordon. Mathematically, it basically lines up with that $100 million, and they've got two attackers there. Arguably, I mean, they're getting Rashford for a steal based on what he's done for them this season. I mean, if they didn't exercise the option, we could turn around and sell him for $40 million to another club. Honestly,
yeah, definitely.
I hear Newcastle are looking for somebody to operate.
I mean, they love spending a boatload on a former United winger, don't they? I mean, Anthony Elanga,
definitely,
is what I use as an example of like Premier League proven doesn't necessarily mean everything sometimes.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Wissa, Elanga, like it just doesn't. Like it just depends on the player.
Yeah,
but
Garnacho.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen the end of this. Like I said, there are 2 weeks left for them to exercise their deal, or it expires. If it expires, then I honestly like it. And here's where you guys can get involved. And I put a poll in, like, if it expires and they want to come back and try to get him for cheap or something, what do you guys do? Do you just get him out of here? Do you hold out for more from another club? Like, what would you do?
If they let it expire, then they can take a walk. Double what it was, or walk away. Because I'm not selling him to you. I don't care. And if Marcus don't like it, then I tell you what you can do, Marcus. Open your bank account, buy yourself out, and sod off back to Spain. Because no one cares. Well, Barcelona can take a walk.
He needs drinking money for Belfast, so he can't spend all of it.
Oh, true, yeah.
I need drinking money for Belfast.
Yeah. But the bottom line is if they think they can drag us out like they've done in the past because we are super desperate and we'll do anything, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Rashford's not welcome. No one needs him. We don't need him. He's not welcome back. Right? He doesn't want to come back. If they don't want to pay him, then fine. I'm sure somebody else will.
Yeah, Dylan, is it worth maybe saying no and maybe waiting and maybe even keeping him if it means long term we kind of put it out there that we're not that club to mess around with anymore in the summer window?
Yeah. Yep. And especially if we do well without him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I put a poll in the chat asking everybody, would you take Rashford back at United as a left winger striker option? It's actually very close. So 47% voted yes, 53% said all hell no, and that was my choice, by the way.
Yeah, mine too.
Very
he can come back on 150 grand a week.
Yeah. What do you make of this from Mike?
350. No.
If Newcastle want Rashford, we'd get Tonali. I mean, I can't see Rashford going to Newcastle without Champions League football.
No. They couldn't afford his wages.
Yeah, nobody can.
No chance. No, yeah, nobody can. No.
Danny says Bayern, maybe 35. Do Bayern need another left winger? Is Luis Diaz not doing so hot?
No.
If they can't get Diamonde, then I think they'll go for him.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, you know what they should do? Sell him to Dortmund and fuck over Sancho.
I mean,
yeah, brilliant. That'd be good.
Anytime we can go for Sancho, I'm happy about it. If we're all being quite honest with each other. That's always something we aim for. I mean,
I'm
Sancho.
sure Chelsea will buy him.
What
They'll take
might go-
everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's wingers. I don't know what happened to English wingers. They just fell off the face of the earth with their quality, man. I'm telling you, Grealish, Rashford, Gordon, Sancho. It's not.
Well, let's just all hope he has a good World Cup, because Tuchel actually does like Rashford. So if he goes and has a good World Cup and bangs in a few goals, the ball's in our court. Everyone pay up or shut up. Simple after that.
Here's an interesting shout. Could you see this happening?
What's the same?
Rashford
if he
to
does
Arsenal.
that, he's dead to us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been rumoured before though. That's been talked about a couple of seasons ago. Before we went to Barcelona, they were interested.
He's already did.
So,
Honestly, I could see him going to Como with them qualifying for Champions League.
Shout that, Sean.
With the way Fabregas is kind of shooting up the list of these top exciting young managers and whatnot. Como are
Do
probably
you think
gonna
we'd have to
invest a
pay some
little bit.
wages?
Maybe, but it really depends on Como. Como is a very wealthy city. If you look at their stadium, it's literally on like the sea, like it's on a harbor. It overlooks.
It's a Riviera, isn't it?
It's absolutely nuts. So I don't think as a club they're loaded, but I do think they've had some pretty big players there. I mean, Raphael Varane was there for a hot second as well.
True.
I could see that maybe happening as well, because you've got these clubs when they qualify for Champions League, like United, they're going to have a little bit of money and they're going to want to compete. So you've got Como, you've got Roma, you've got these clubs they're trying to do that. So that to me that could be a good little, because they use a lot of players that are very similar. Like Asana Diallo is very similar, very pacey. Interesting stuff.
Both the Milan clubs need players as well, didn't they? They're both out of Europe again.
Yep.
We'll see what happens in the World Cup, because from looking at that England squad, I don't know what you guys think. If you look at like heavy on defense, not a whole lot of fullbacks. To me, that squad screams 3-4-3 from Tuchel going into this summer.
Yeah.
There's like 100.
Which he's not played the
defenders.
entire way up to it. So yeah, it's going to go very badly, which is why I'm not even
Mason
bothering
Mount
watching.
didn't make the squad. What?
Oh no!
I know.
Gosh.
I know. There was a
The
massive
fact-
protest outside the England hotel.
But like the fact that Shaw, if I feel like if it were a different manager, I think Shaw would be in there because as a left back, but as a wing back, I don't think he can do that. So I think we're going to see a lot of 3-4-3 action. I think you're going to see a lot of like Rashford on the left, Harry Kane up front kind of stuff. We will see what happens. But Rashford, who knows what's going to happen to Rashford. I'll leave the poll open for a little bit. I will put another poll up towards the end once we wrap up our relegation player picks, which we're going to dive into here in a second. So far the only vote was to start from the bottom. So if that's the way you guys want to go, we can absolutely start with Wolves and then go that route if that's where you guys want to do it. So I just want to do some finagling.
Just put our feet up, Dylan.
I'll do some finagling behind the scenes to get it going here, and then we'll go from there, you guys. So you guys, we're going to dive into that because that's the end of the news. So I'm going to start with bottom of the table Wolves. That was so I drew these randomly. Okay, so I didn't pick. I drew one to start and then drew another one, and then so I just let the chips fall where they fall, but they fell with me from Wolves. So I'm going to kick things off starting from the bottom, you guys. So you guys know I'm a storyteller. I have to paint a little picture for you guys on the channel. We don't do anything halfway here. So let's start in here with Wolves. So this is my thought process. So if his move to Atletico Madrid wasn't as good as a done deal, I'd have gone for João Gomez, like easy, right? Like such an obvious pick there. And I would have watched Ederson join Diego Simeone's side instead. In an ideal world, that's probably what would have happened. It doesn't look like that. So I'm going to get that right out of the way right off the bat. He does look nailed on, so it is what it is. I might have gone with Relegated in the past. You guys know I scouted him when he was still in Belgium. Very good. He hasn't exactly kicked on. I've read some not so great stories about his attitude as well, Relegated. I think he's a little too similar as well to Šeško, so I'd like something a little different. So we moved on from there. I mean, he could come good, but I mean, some players just have to adjust to a new league. But we can't wait. So it came down for me to a tug of war between two players. One was Hugo Bueno, of whom I'm a huge, huge fan. As an attack-minded left back, his chance creation, his crossing is absolutely stellar. He's more of a wing back, though. They play a wing back, and But compared to other left backs, especially the Premier League left backs, his defensive numbers aren't where I'd like them to be because they do play a very attack-minded system with him. He is very solid, and again, the wingback plays a role in that, but I need a little bit more defensive solidarity to go with my crossing. Those are my two big needs for left backs or full backs. I need a chance creation, and I also need a bit of defensive mindedness. That doesn't mean I wouldn't take Hugo Bueno, but again, come back for that £225 million summer spending spree to see whether or not he makes my list. See how I try to entice people in. But there does mean that there's one player at Wolves that I choose over Hugo Bueno, and it came down to almost a coin toss for a second. This is who I would choose to bring to Manchester United, and I am talking about Matheus Mane. And yeah, Danny got it spot on there. The young Wolves attacker has really caught my eye this season. He's quick on the ball, has an excellent shot. He's able to beat defenders 1v1. He's very comfortable receiving the ball in tight spaces, the channels, under pressure. He's got that Maverick-like fearlessness that we look for at Manchester United as well. In terms of numbers, he's well above average for progressive carries, for shots on target, for chance creation, for crosses. He's having an absolute season. Promoted to Wolves' first team in November after an absolute baller start to the season with their under-21s. He had 5 goals, 4 assists in the first few months of the season, and it didn't take long for him to show that he deserved more minutes once he got promoted. He got an assist against Arsenal early on within like a 4-minute cameo off the bench. He provided an assist for Wolves, an absolute beast of a debut. He caused us a lot of problems at Old Trafford in January. Dylan and I were there for that one. We remember that very well. Just dribbling straight across the center of the pitch, just leaving people for dust, drawing fouls. It was annoying to watch. He scored back to back.
Electric on that day.
We were there for it. It was not a fun game. It was a very quiet walk back to the Airbnb, and I don't mean for us. I mean for every United fan, it was a very quiet walk. He scored back to back. Yeah, it was so annoying. He scored in back-to-back games against West Ham and against Everton this season. He's got 3 goals, 1 assist as an 18-year-old, first season in the league. 7 big chances created, which is as many as Iliman Ndiaye and as many as Amad Diallo as well. Tied in the league for third place for winning penalties. Again, he drives that ball into the box. He did just turn 18 in September. He has started 19 matches this season, and he's basically been a Cunha replacement for Wolves. If you look at, he plays in that left-sided 10 role. He stays really wide, but he likes to cut inside too. And as you can see, he takes their corners as well. I think he'd make a very solid, versatile option for us, even if it's not immediate. And maybe if we even bring him in and actually let him stay at Wolves on loan next season for development as well, I think that might be a little shrewd piece of business. Keeps our relationship good with Wolves, keeps Jorge Mendes on our side as well. He holds both English and Portuguese citizenship there, so he is a homegrown player technically as well, so I think all those tick a lot of boxes. So,
tick.
Yep. Like I said, I think Matheus Mane is a can't-miss opportunity of a young player. 25 million gets it done. I think it's absolutely worth it. You could even push that to 30 million if you needed to, but I think for me, that's who I'm going with. Danny agrees, Matheus Mane as well.
Yeah.
All right, now you guys get a chance.
Choice.
You guys get a chance to share your thoughts on that. I went on my spiel. Go for it.
First, basically, I couldn't agree with you more on the way you laid out Wolves. The team, the players, absolutely would have taken those. This kid, I haven't seen as much of him as I'd like to, but what I have seen, and from your scout report, and we've been discussing this kid for a while, he does look really special, like really electric and direct. I think you couldn't say more. You'd struggle to find another more direct player in the league. He just gets the ball and his first thought is, I'm going to beat you, and you. And that's it. That's all he cares about. And it shows his youth. But I was going to ask a question, Sean. Is he, because I haven't seen enough, is he a left footer playing on the left or a right footer playing on the left, or is he a bit of both?
He's a bit of both, but he cuts in onto his right a lot.
Can he cross with his left, though? Is he one of these that just uses it? I'm not.
He do both. I mean,
yeah.
But he is right. He is right-footed. So again, the way that they play, that's just the way that they use him. But he is right-footed naturally. But he can do both.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, I mean, I agree with everything you said. Just like Ian said too. What I've seen from him with a little bit I've watched of Wolves, he's got a little bit of that fight in him too, like that go get you, fuck you attitude sort of thing. Like, he's got
absolutely,
that
Dylan.
fire, and I like to see that. You harness that a little bit. He's got a little bit of that Cunha in him. I don't know if he got that from Cunha, but just like, hey, that's what we like to see. That effort, that amount of effort there. So good pick, Sean. Great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One other thing, Sean.
Go for it.
One thing I do like as well is I haven't heard a lot about him. So he's not out in nightclubs. He's not buying tattoos and sports cars, and doesn't think he's the Billy Big Bollocks. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, he's very similar to Cunha, but at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I've done a scouting report on him individually in one of my scouting report specials. I signed him quite a bit in FC 26, and I kind of changed his position as to a left midfielder, which suits him very well. I think that, again, should have put up the heat map. He tends to operate in that position a lot. If we get fullbacks too that are a little bit more overlapping as well, I think having those numbers in wide. And again, if you look at the way we play too, especially high up the pitch, like we saw against Brighton, like we've seen in other matches, those numbers, those triangles, those overloads, those little overlap. And we had Mizraoui finding Ahmad, drops it back to Mount, who then finds Ahmad again, who then flashes that ball across the goal to him. But that kind of interchange is what we're going to, and he's very, very good at it. Like you said, he's very, very, very similar to Cunha. He's just, I think he's younger, so.
From that heat map, he really looks like he exploits the space on the left.
Yeah.
And then you said with Hugo Bruno going round him on the outside, you can see where from the halfway line to the final third, he's on the wing, and then he just goes, woof, I'm inside, I'm having you. That shows he drives up the line and back across himself. And Sean was talking about this the other day, about Carrick ball progressing forward, and us now being able to turn 1-2 that ball in behind. Sounds like it'd be on this kid's radar like that. So yeah, great pick, Sean. Great, I like that.
Well, thank you. It is a bit more long term, a little bit more one for the future, but it's also, like I said, I think it's a can't miss opportunity with Wolves going down.
We've got a plan for the future.
Yeah, and if it's about, and you can always kill two birds with one stone and really solidify a bit of a good relationship with George Mendes, his agent, good relationship with Wolves.
Absolutely.
Letting him stay there at least on 6 months on loan to start the season, and then we can see where we're, because I think Dorgu's fine on the left hand side. I think Dorgu's probably going to be a left wing option for us. So,
sure. But do you think it might be a long term good option if we're going to loan him back to Wolves to maybe look at loaning them someone like Obi?
Yeah, I mean,
because crossing and getting used to a partnership type thing.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Establish a relationship like that. Wolves down the championship. We've seen this before. We've seen us have relationships with club in the past. I don't have a problem with it. So,
makes sense.
Yeah. You guys get your thoughts in on Mateusz Mane. That was my pick because I drew Wolves as my relegation side. Again, one player from each team this season. It's a little bit more of a challenge, but it is a little bit more interesting. So, moving on to the next club on the list. Obviously, Burnley 19th this season. Not a great season. Who got Burnley this time? Dylan. All right, Dylan. I'm gonna put you. You want to lead into this? Or want me just to put him up?
Yeah, I'm gonna lead into this.
Okay.
Just don't put him up yet. I just wanna say, Wolves kind of got that uptick when Rob Edwards came in, and they actually started to look like a team. What the fuck were Burnley all season? Because when we picked this, when you sent us the slider thing, I was sitting there and I'm like, oh God! Nobody on Burnley really was like standing out. Like you just talked about Wolves players. We've talked about Wolves a lot on this channel about players we want. We've talked about West Ham about players we want. Yeah. Nobody on Burnley.
I'll be honest, Dylan. I was so happy that I didn't get stuck with Burnley.
Me too. Might be. So I had
two though. I had two ready.
So I'm going to go through the thought process with this after I had accepted this shit show. So number one, I was looking at this. I'm like, all right, who can we get? So I'm like, okay, what are our holes? What are the places that we kind of need somebody to kind of step in? So I was like, left back,
I know
we
you.
need cover. We need center back, possibly some help, possibly left wing coverage, maybe if people get hurt, or just rotation options, maybe striker options. Okay. So then I was looking at some of the players. So I went through. Danny's already got here. Fleming. I looked at Fleming. I like Fleming. 11 goal contributions during the season. Okay. On a shit Burnley team, so that's pretty good. No assists, though, when he's playing in that central position. And I think that would take more away from possibly playing some of our younger options, even taking away from Bruno. So I'm like, as much as I almost picked Fleming. No. Like, that's not the one.
I think I know.
Then I went with nothing against him. I think Fleming would be. I think he could add to the team. I don't necessarily think that's somewhere. I don't see him playing as much. I think he actually might be a detriment in certain situations. Because looking at some of his stat map, is like he shoots quite a bit, but he has a lower shot percentage than some of the other players I looked at. Then I went in center back. Esteve, that plays as a center back, I was like, okay, he's young. He might be able to get in there. He's already linked to like PSG or some of the other French clubs and some of the other clubs. And he's young enough that I felt he might take away from Euro and Aiden. So I'm like, let's not do that. Then I was like, well, left back, they have, I'm going to butcher his name, Quinlish Hartman. Just because they Hartman. Yeah, he'd be good. He looked pretty solid there at the end of the season. But then I looked into him more. Okay, 2 major ACL injuries. Not necessarily what we want to see. He might just be completely fine. Okay, but 2 major ACL injuries. Plus, he comes from the Arne Slot tree because he came from Feyenoord, so they already got some reservations.
Yeah, got some ick on him.
Yeah, so that leads me to the pick. And if you watched our 200 million rebuild before, you already know who I'm going to pick. It will be Jaden Anthony. And this is purely a depth option. It came down to really Fleming, Hartman, or Anthony, and I was like, I don't trust Hartman with the ACL injuries, and I just don't think Fleming will slot in as well. I get the feeling, because the no assists in a team that you had at least a few attackers that could have gone somewhere, or at least got something. I don't know. That's just me. So Jaden Anthony, I'm going to reiterate yet again, kind of, if you heard the 200 million rebuild, you kind of heard some of this information before, but he had 8 goals and 2 assists this season attacking on the left. He looks strong when he does so. He does try to get in and cut in a little bit, but he does cross it when he gets the chance, and he is an attacker in the multi. He'd be good for the press that we're going to try to put into, and we saw during the season. More importantly, and I always like to see attackers do this on the left side, his defensive contributions were quite high in comparison to the league this year. He ranked in the 90th percentile with 232 defensive contributions. He had 42 tackles, which is 86% of the league, I think, if I've got this correct, if I've got my stats right. He blocked 7 shots. He had 27 clearances, so he tracks back. So I think that would be good, especially for some of our cup matches where he would probably play. When you're going to have the younger squads when you're rotating in, I think somebody that's going to track back, that work back, just to add depth, adds literally like we were talking about with Ederson, somebody to come in. So, I just go with Anthony there. Again, in a perfect world, I don't think we pick anybody up for Burnley, but
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's a good shout. I mean, like you said, he works hard off the ball. I was looking at some of his stats right now. I mean, he presses high. Possession 1 in the final 30s in the top 25th percentile. He's got a decent amount of goals for being in a Burnley side. I mean, 8 goals, 2 assists in the league, 9 goals, 2 assists, all comps. I mean, like you're saying, for depth, for domestic cups or something, I think it's not the worst shout I've heard. He's probably one of the best in a bad bunch at Burnley, but
absolutely. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with what Sean just said more, Dylan. I was pretty confident that's who you were going for, but I couldn't. I'm the same as you. I'd have agreed with everything you said about most of the Burnley players, and in a really bad, small barrel for pickings, he is head and shoulders really almost above everyone else in that team. And for a squad option, like you said, for cup games, I mean, he's got a better output than Ahmad this season. So, you know.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, we've had worse. We've had much worse than him. So, yeah, and I'd probably imagine he would be very cheap as well. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen any prices, Dylan, just see how much he might cost if he were to leave.
I'm seeing his transfer market value about 18 million, so I'm going to assume 20, 25 will probably get it done.
How old is this kid again?
26.
26.
Okay. So he's been in a couple clubs. I saw he was at Leeds. I think he was at Bournemouth for a hot second as well.
So
Yeah.
he's a squad option, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's
Bit of
just
a
more depth.
bit of a journeyman Premier League player at some point, I guess. All right, not a bad shout. Obviously, you know, Burnley, it's hard. I mean, I looked at some of those. I thought maybe when I was putting together a list just on the off chance that I might get John Burnley, I think the best one I thought maybe would like Florentino or Luis perhaps for like depth. But then I'm like, I would have made. If it were me, honestly, I would have just picked a keeper as a backup keeper and been done with it.
And if you saw that, I did send in the text group there about they had like players of the season you could pick for team of the season, and the only one they had for Burnley was Dubravka.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We've had him at the club too. That's unfortunate.
He got a Carabao Cup with us.
Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, like you said in the chat, Dylan, it must be giving out player nominations for how many shots you face, not save.
Yeah.
Face.
All right. Well, chat. Leave your
Shocking.
thoughts for Dylan's pick. Let us know. Don't forget, we're gonna have you vote on which one got the best option. So let's move on to the final. They were finally decided. And obviously, you guys know process of elimination. That leaves Ian with West Ham United. Now, do you want to set the stage here, Ian? Do you just want to dive right into it?
I'll just quickly set the stage. Yeah, I mean, you guys, I don't think it's going to be too much of a secret what I'm about to pick, but I was very close to choosing a couple of other players. Sean knows this because I've gone back and forth with him over the last couple of days. And I was going to go Malik Diouf, and I also really like Somerville. But very similar in the sort of player like Jayden Anthony, like we were just talking about. But, and as Sean will now reveal, I have gone for this young man, and I think he is absolutely top of the tree. Some of these stats I have shocked. I was actually quite shocked myself. And I don't know how much you guys know about his stats for this season, but 34 starts in 37 games. He has played 2,934 minutes for West Ham. 4 goals, 3 assists. Not the best, but his pass completion record, he has passed 1,384 passes from his half to the opposition half with an 88.5% completion accuracy. That puts him in the top 3% across all of Europe. It is a phenomenal amount of passing, and that his long balls, he's at 66%. He has created 35 big chances for West Ham this season and made 356 defensive contributions, only getting himself booked 6 times. Never red carded. I mean, frankly, nominated for Young Player of the Year, nominated for West Ham's Goal of the Year, possible winner for the Premier League Goal of the Season. I mean, he finds himself an absolutely vital cog in the West Ham machine. And when you look over the case of 3 major points, I think make him the footballer that he is. I'm calling him the connector, because when you look at what West Ham's back to front play is, he gets the ball and he quite simply avoids any press and gets the ball forward. His first thought is forward, forward, forward. He only has 12% of his passes moving backwards out of nearly 1,400 passes. And I mean, that his high energy tempo ball progression, he very, very rarely slows the ball down at all. Everything he gets the ball is quick move, half turn. He's exceptional on the half turn. Receives the ball and he's in space with his intelligence and a bare movement. And his ability to play a quick ball through the lines is phenomenal. And on top of that, I think it's a seamless midfield link that they have found between where he picks up the ball deep, turns, and his team are instantly on the attack. What have we been screaming for to do next to Kobe? What have I been saying for weeks, Dylan, about where is Mason? When Casemiro's not there, nobody stands next to Kobe. This is the man to do that. It gives Kobe 5 more yards forward. He can take the first pass to Kobe through and we're out. And he is possibly one of the best. His stats outdo Anderson's for progressing the ball forward. Completely. They just leave him to shame almost. And also, out of possession, he is 350 defensive recoveries. He's made 350 attempts, 346 of those he's come out with the ball.
Yeah, I think that's where...
So only 4 times in 300... Go on, sorry, Sean.
You were talking about recovery. I think that's where he edges Casemiro, too, because I was looking at some numbers, because recoveries-wise, he's up there in, almost top 25 percentile. Casemiro's down in, 45th, so he does a lot of what Casemiro does, right? He plays the ball forward, he gets involved in all phases of attack. He wins duels again, but again, it's that recovery pace that I think that's where he offers something just a little bit more than what Casemiro does, which I think helps Kobe even further as well. Yep,
it's his stamina. He's rated by Opta in the top 4% across Europe for relentless running.
Look at you, fancy.
That's not a stat we hear. Oh, I know. Look at me. And I signed up for that. No. But my final thought before I hand it over to you guys in the chat is I believe signing this player is pinnacle, key. It's as important as Cunha in Burma and Sesko last year. It's that important.
Yeah.
Because the player that he can be in the next few years is so important for us. If we don't do it now, we'll be paying 150 million north after somebody else does it. So get him on a 5-year deal, get him in now, and I'm telling you now, we will build around him and Kobe for the next decade.
So you see him playing next to Kobe? Is that it?
Yeah, I do, because when you look at it, like I said to my brother, I said, because what is his best? Well, is he? Because my brother's like, he's not really a CDM, but he's not really a CM either. He kind of hybrids the both roles. And I said, well, I thought that was Souček. And my brother said, no, you watch West Ham. Souček's 9 times out of 10 is further forward. Fernandez likes to be the one in the 2 pivot to drop in here like this and make it a straight line. He gets the ball and allows movement in front of him because he's so confident and press resistant. He doesn't need someone next to him to do it. He'll do it on his own and drive the ball out. And if we got someone like him next to Kobe, like you saying, Sean, with options, Kobe, Fernandez, Edison, and let's say Sangare. Now we've got 4 players that all do 4 different jobs, and any 2 of those 4 could play as a go.
Yeah, he's stepped in for. Remember, Paquetá left in January. Mateus Fernandes was the rotation option, and I was a little concerned when he was playing so deep, but he's really taken to it like a duck to water. Because so last season when I did the relegation player stream, he was one of my picks from Southampton, and back then he was playing much high. He was an 8/10 at Southampton, and now he's really like that 6/8, which I think shows just how good he is, that he's adapted to different systems, to different roles, different demands on his profile. I think that he's kind of answered each call with just quality, I think, and I think he's young enough. I don't know if I'd still want just him and just Ederson as our midfield. I think they need some help. I think Ederson is he's got the experience, and obviously Mateus Fernandes has English football experience. I feel like I'm still missing a little something in that midfield, but Fernandes is definitely on my list. Dylan, what are your thoughts on the youngster?
Yeah, Ian laid it out plain. We need to get him in here. just like you were saying, to have him slot in with Cobby and have somebody that's going to dribble the way Cobby does, keep that ball on his feet. Think about how that's going to help the getting the ball. If we're going to play out of the back, think about how we're going to be able to do that with two guys that are press resistant that can dribble through that. Yes, they're young, so that's where maybe an older head somewhere in the back, like on the defensive line or something, come in just to keep things stable. Maybe Harry gets a few more call-ups or into the team than maybe if we have Delic come back in, or if we pick somebody else up. But yeah, no, get him in. Let's do it.
I'd say Danny's nailed that there with the comment. Him and Kobe feel like Vitinha and Neves. Control. If you've got the ball, the opposition cannot hurt you. And also, what like Sean's point with Matthias Mane. Imagine if we had Matthias Mane and 1-2 between Kobe and Fernandes, and those 88% of accurate forward passes, bang. Get on the end of that, sunshine. This geezer is that. He is half the price of Elliot Anderson. He's probably nearly half the price of Adam Walton. And he does a better job than nearly both. The only thing Walton's better at is possibly through the lines passing. But what I've seen of this kid is those stats actually mirror out to performance. I think we would be remiss to miss out on this.
I'm just creating a new poll, so you guys make sure you are hitting that like button. I'm going to put up a poll to see which one of these three gets your vote real quick. And it looks like you guys got some agreement here from people in the live chat. You guys get involved in the live chat too. I want to know.
Mike's gutted. We've upset Mike, Sean. We've caused him somehow. I'm sorry, Mike.
Hold on, I'm just going to make sure I get this in there.
If we don't get it in, he's going to cry. It's your fault.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Mike.
I feel like this is almost a no-brainer on
it is.
who's going to win the poll here, but I'll put the poll up anyway.
I feel bad for Dylan because I don't think he stood a chance. It's like you're in this race, Dylan. You're in the race, but you've only got 3 tyres, and me and Sean have got 4. So it's a little unfair.
So get involved in the poll, you guys. I want to know who your pick would be. You got Matthias Mane, who's my pick. You've got Jay Nancy, who's Dylan's pick, and you've got Matthias Fernandes, who is Ian's pick. So get involved, and then if you guys want to as well, maybe we missed somebody. Maybe we overlooked a player that you take. Consider West Ham. Consider Wolves. Consider Burnley. Get your thoughts on who you would bring to United if you had to choose between one of those players. It is a little difficult because when I was doing it, I get to pick 2 from each. So I was picking like Ndidi and El Canus at Leicester. I was picking Tyler Dibbling and Matthias Fernandes at Southampton. I picked Leif Davis and who's Amari Hutchinson at Ipswich Town. Like it was much easier. Now it's a little difficult. And Dylan, it's infinitely impossible to pick anyone from Burnley that I, honest to God, would take at United. Maybe the kit man or the tea lady need a new job or something. I don't know what to tell you.
What's the geezer who cuts their grass? It might be it. We could. Yeah, we'll have one of those.
Not the one who cuts the grass, because isn't that one of their charges?
Probably.
Oh dear.
What did you guys? So now I want a question for you guys, and guys, keep involved in the poll. What did you guys think of this challenge? Do you think it would have been easier or harder if you got to pick 2? Do you think picking 1 is a fair challenge? What do you guys make of this? Because this is the first time I've had people help me with it.
I think 1's harder. I think if you got 2, you kind of. Also, I think if the 3 of us come in backstage with 6 picks, there's no way we've not picked 1 the same.
Yeah,
I don't see it. But see what the chat thinks.
I think it makes you really look at what the needs of the team are and how they're going to fit. And how they're going to. You
have to lock it down, Dylan, didn't you?
Yeah, realistically, United could go get a bunch of players from the relegated team, but you really want to look at fit. You want to know who's going to slot into the side. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Plus, we all know Sean had to cross Porro out when Spurs didn't get relegated.
I definitely crossed. That was around the head. If Spurs would get relegated, Porro, I would have been begging to get Spurs.
He was the first name on the list. I
He just would
guarantee.
have had that wheel that he did with the picking, and it just would have been Spurs for Sean and just like little
Basically.
spots for.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I picked
Gallo,
off
It was
camera,
fair,
boys.
guys. I
I
don't know
got
what you're talking
Spurs.
about.
Gallo would show up spanking, and I'd literally be scraping his name off his locker as he showed up, and then be putting Poro up there. I'm like, sorry. Yeah, just
Sorry, Diego. You play in North London now. Off you go.
no, Poro. I mean, if you don't rate Poro, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, just, but I think here's the fun thing about this though, is that it shows you just because a club has been relegated doesn't necessarily mean that the squad is poor. There's so many factors that go into. Anthony Robertson was
100%.
relegated with Hull, for instance. There's so many instances of that.
Maguire.
Yeah, I've seen people even criticize Mateus Fernandes because they're like, "Oh, you got relegated with Southampton, you got relegated with West Ham. Like, I don't want a player who's been." I'm like, "Well, we don't blame it on one player. Like, there's so many.
Yeah.
Look how many managers West Ham have gone through in this club. Look how many key players have left at that club. Look how they struggled. Mikel Antonio was injured for the beginning of the season, wasn't he? Like, Paquetá left in January. Like, it's
Well, they
there's
had
a
rape
lot
charges.
of
They had betting charges. They had everything was going on at that club. Yeah, no.
yeah,
It's never one player's fault. Unless he kicks the ball in his own net every game for 38 games, it's not his fault that you got relegated. Sorry.
it's like to me that's like Roy Keane thinking of like when Roy Keane will blame Bruno for everything going wrong at United simply because he's the captain, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So basically, you're saying
Yeah.
every time we didn't win, it was your fault. Like I just don't get it, man.
No.
But yeah, to answer your
I'd love
question,
to know what he thought if someone said that when he was the captain.
yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, unless I've fully been done with Roy Keane for a little bit. I mean, you have to. It's like kind of like Tom Cruise. You got to separate the movies from the guy.
From the person. Yeah.
Separate
Yeah,
his
yeah.
playing career with us from what he's been doing since. Because I don't think Roy Keane is likes anything. I don't think he's like
No.
ever he's just doubling down now. He's like taking the social media like he's a 12-year-old child. Like I just don't get it. Like it just makes zero sense. And I think what frustrates me more and I'm disappointed in everybody else on the overlap for not pulling him up on some of this kind of stuff more. When he just
Oh, yeah.
blatantly gets things wrong, and I'm like, there's everyone else just because the problem I have, and it's the same with like a lot of big channels too, is like people will just say stuff, and there are so many. I'm not calling these people sheep or dumb, but like it's just is with something they'll just bite and they'll latch onto it and they'll believe it and they'll run with it. Fan bases get whipped into a frenzy. They all start to share this single opinion, and it
Yeah.
snowballs. And this is why social media rumors they snowball and become what they do sometimes. Is because people just they lap it up, they run with it before checking, before fact checking, before looking at context. And too many people read headlines or they read tweets and they don't read the actual articles. They don't look at the sources. It's
Yeah.
one of the big bugaboo for me. Look at the source from your information. So I went on a bit of a rant there, but it's just annoying sometimes, man.
It's facts, Sean. Absolute facts, though. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's got someone in his ear. How difficult would it have been to say, "Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. He said this."
Yeah. And
No, double down and send a picture of a donkey out there.
Instead of
Shut
instead
up,
of just
boy.
saying, "Oh, my bad," like it's just I don't get
Yeah.
it. It's just whenever. And I put this up on Twitter yesterday. Every time Roy Keane talks,
So it's the measure of the man.
I don't know if you guys watch The Simpsons, but all I picture when Roy Keane talks is that photo of the grandpa, old man yelling at cloud kind of thing. Like this. I'm just like you just hate the world, don't you? Like if it's raining, he's like it's raining.
Yeah.
If it's not raining, he's like it's too dry. I'm just like there's just some people are just determined to just be miserable, and that's just you gotta let them be it, and it just is what it is.
And so you could have an argument with a rock and think he was winning. Idiot.
So far, Ian, you're winning. So I mean, no surprise there. But get your guys' final thoughts in. I'm gonna let these guys get off to their evenings here in a couple minutes. But make sure you please make sure you subscribe, and most importantly, make sure that you hit that
Smash that.
notification bell because we do have loads of more fun content. You guys know we do have the 225 million pound summer spending spree video next week. I've got my World Cup scouting report special coming out on Friday. I've got a load of players that I think are poised to have a really good World Cup. So keep a lookout for that one as well. We will be doing a player ratings for the entire season for the prominent members of the Manchester United squad. Some players didn't get into it because they just didn't play enough. Guys like Xerxes or even De Ligt, for that matter, just didn't get it. But we will go ahead and look through the season. We'll look at some numbers, look at some memories. We'll talk Michael Carrick as well, because Michael Carrick is in with a shout for a lot of things too. So that'll be fun as well. And then obviously throughout the summer, a lot of transfer talk, maybe a little World Cup stuff. But you guys know I'm not going to be super into that. So, but we'll see. Who are you guys watching?
The World Cup's just a glorified friendly. So
World Cup is a glorified friendly. If you look at how many teams are in it now, like I sat down the other day with like Justin and these guys trying to figure out what games we want to watch, and I'm looking at them like I don't want to watch like a whole lot of these. There's like for the first whole like 2 weeks, I'm like there's like 2 matches that I really care about. Like there's like USA's first game against like Paraguay, and then after that, like, it's hard to talk about without sounding like disrespectful. I'm not trying to, but I don't care about Cape Verde versus like Tunisia or something. I just don't. Like it's
nah.
I also don't care that much about like England versus Croatia. I'm not English. I'm not Croatian, so I have very little skin in the game. So it doesn't really make that big a difference for me.
Well, I'm English, and I definitely don't care. Honestly, too many times. I'm too young to team. I've spent too many of my youth. Been to 2 World Cups, been on holiday multiple times, sitting there in the bars, bought the T-shirts, bought into the hype, standing there waving my arms like a melon, just to be let down over and over again. Sorry, after they appointed Gareth Southgate, I gave up watching.
And before anyone asks, no, I'm not going to any games. Dylan, are you going to any games?
I can't afford that. It's like a second mortgage.
I don't think.
Yeah, I was going to say they're expensive, aren't they?
Well, it's not even that they're expensive, but they've forced them to be expensive by limiting the supply by giving a lot of tickets to companies. Coca-Cola and like Verizon and even Valvoline oil. I saw when I was getting a tire change the other day. Like you can win. Well, they've given these tickets to these companies. They've given. I think it's Coca-Cola has like 2,500 tickets to give away, and I'm like, why weren't these tickets made available to the public? Like you've literally reduced the supply while the demand is even higher, and now that's why they're charging so much. It's an absolute joke, man. I think even on principle alone, I would just not go to these games. It's ridiculous. I don't even go to friendlies when they're here in the States because I hate friendlies and World Cup now. When you've got 84 teams in it, it's a friendly at this point. It's all a money grab.
Yeah.
But sorry,
I think the better games
tonight. What are you gonna do?
I think the better games are the slightly lesser teams, not quite as low down as Sean said, like Cape Verde and sort of someone like that. But you know, like when you get I'm not sure, like a Turkey versus, I don't know, Japan or something. Just a game that you just normally wouldn't see any of those play, hardly anyone. Like those are the games I don't mind, but the rest of it, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I'm just not. I mean, we'll watch them because it's footy and there's not much else to watch. But I don't have any skin in the game. But it is. You might see me rocking my U.S. men's national team shirt here and there, but that's about it. All right, I'm going to end.
Can I bring up something? Oh, go on.
Go for it.
Have you guys seen the kit sponsor announcement today?
For
biggest
what?
In football, biggest in sporting history. We have signed a training and naming rights to the stadium with Betway. It's the biggest deal in sports, whatever way they describe it, history.
Nice.
It smashes City's by 3 times, Liverpool's by nearly 4 times. No company has ever offered anywhere near the amount. But I thought it was just for the kit, but it's partly to do with the naming rights for either the training ground or a stand in the stadium. I'm not sure, but it's partly to do with that. But it is stupid money, like ridiculous. So Ineos have now got no. Yeah, Ineos have got no cover now to say, "Oh, we haven't got any money."
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just looking it up now. I mean, we talked about that a couple of years ago, or a couple of weeks ago, that it could be coming up. 20 million a year. Interesting.
Yeah.
So okay.
Other clubs are getting about 5.
It's good that you brought it up because maybe we can throw a further spanner in the works. I'm gonna let the chat decide. What's that?
I've got. Go
I'm
on.
gonna let the chat decide real quick. Should we include an extra 20 million in our rebuild?
I've laminated mine now, Sean. One thing I will say, Sean, do you know what that's going to mean, though? quite a few of our players won't be able to wear the printed kit in training because they'll be too young to wear a betting sponsor.
They can wear it in training. They can't wear it if it's a match kit.
Ah, right. I was going to ask you that, but I thought I was right. So.
And that's how they got around it. You can wear it in training. Like this, it would be the same with like alcohol or anything like that. Like training kit's fine. Match kit.
Will they be allowed to be photoed in it, like for like spot, for like promotional stuff?
That I don't know. They'd have to check, but yeah, if it were a match kit, they wouldn't be able to wear it. But
also, is that not the kit that we wear warming up, or is that a different one? Am I thinking? Is it a warm up kit and training kit different?
Training and warm up might be different. It's just they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to figure it out. Ineos are pulling out all the stops. They're getting a 4th kit this year. So again, you guys in the chat, let us know. Because
we're going an extra 20 million on the budget.
There's no. In terms of actual summer signings, there's none of that applies. Only budget applies. So try not to think about everything or whatever. We're not even really considering sales. We're going, and again, I'll give you my rationale when we start the video because I've looked at how much we've spent the last 5 seasons, net, gross, what we can expect, what's the high. We've only spent more than like 215 million once in the last 5 years. Like we don't spend a ton. Ineos are ambitious, but we're not. If people think we're going to be throwing out 350 million, you're in for a rude awakening. It's not going to happen.
So we're not going to throw money away.
No, we're not idiots.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
We haven't got Ed Woodward in charge anymore.
So we'll see. I might just do 25 million. It's probably everyone's. I mean, mine's done. Ian's is done. Dylan, I'm sure you've been working on it. Maybe it'll just stick with there and we'll go for it. But maybe instead we'll just say there's like a swing in case there's like a grace amount in case the chat decides somebody's price is a little too low realistically or something.
Sean, why don't we give the 25 million or the 20 million to the chat? And if they think we need it, they can give us 5 here or 5 there.
There we go. We can phone a friend out here and get the chat involved. So, all right.
Get on the phone to Danny or Rob. I need 5 million.
Sounds good. I think that's going to do it for us tonight, though, gentlemen. Anybody have any final thoughts on their picks? Feeling good? Ian, you definitely got most of the votes. Sorry, Dylan, you didn't get any votes, unfortunately.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Once I said to Sean, because I was going to do another player, and I said to Sean, because I don't want to mix up other players, and he went, no, just go for what you want. So once I went West Ham, I honestly knew I was winning. I couldn't.
He went for the obvious one. That is what it is. It is what it is. So, all right, you guys. Chat. Make sure one last push. Like, subscribe, hype, please. Check those memberships. It's the best way to get involved in the channel.
Smash that.
Check the United vs. Everybody store, you guys. Tons of design. I'm rocking just the channel logo shirt tonight, the UVE logo. I've got some products in there from Fanatics. They've always got some top sales, but Fanatics has this year's home shirt on there. It's not that expensive. I think it's like $80 for a short sleeve home, so pretty cheap for a replica kit. So check it out. Give Fanatics a look. You guys know I push their stuff a lot. It's legit. It's not like GoGoalShop where it's like the off-brand, but it's like you wouldn't tell GoGoalShop is fake unless you really looked hard at like the tags. But Fanatics is legit, 100% legitimate stuff. So go check it out. Dylan, Ian,
good night, good kill.
Yeah, thank you guys for putting in the work. Thank you guys for putting in the time. I know it's a lot. I appreciate it. I know you guys enjoy it, but I do know that everybody does have lives and responsibilities, and so it can be busy. I'm the same way. It's been a busy week too. So, but I appreciate you guys for doing that. I know it was fun, but it is a lot. So I always want to make sure I extend my thanks and gratitude for that. Appreciate that.
Always.
So take it easy, you guys. Enjoy your night. Say goodbye to the lovely people in the chat.
Peace.
We'll see you guys.